Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here. Welcome back to some Mechwarrior 3 information. We have new details for the third DLC, Call to Arms, as it's named, and Be Your Own Weapon of War. Coming soon. No details as of yet, but usually, within the next few weeks or month, this thing will probably go live. Now, we're going to be going over details of what this has. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in and talk about those details. The first thing you're going to notice about it is the name itself. Call to Arms. You're going to see the hatchet man there with melee, and that's going to be a prime focus of this DLC. This video is sponsored by Vite Ramen. It's so easy, it's almost like cheating. I live a very busy lifestyle, so for me, the ability to have a full bowl of ramen that has my protein, mineral, and vitamin needs in one is absolutely fantastic. I don't have to worry about getting the nutrition I need when I just eat Vite Ramen, which allows me to focus on the task at hand, which is gaming and interacting with my Twitch viewers. If you are interested in Vite Ramen, I'll have a link in the description with a 10% off discount code NGNG, along with some special collections just for my viewers. Oh, did I mention they now also ship to Canada? Let's go. So as we scroll down here, you'll see join up with the independent people of Sky to capture the Lyran Commonwealth's newest battle mech, the Hatchman, in a 5-mission quest line. Some details in the description here. We have Call to Arms adds the Hatchetman chassis along with 23 new melee weapon focused mech variants, 5 new melee weapon focused hero mechs, 9 new melee weapons, and the new animated Storm Surge skin. Explore the new Scrapyard, Termline, Rubelite, and Hoodoo Desert biome available throughout campaign and career mode and instant action. Call to Arms is all about amping up the destruction with new melee weapons. Key point there, that's the whole premise of this DLC, which is melee weapons. You also notice there it said 23 new melee weapon focused mech variants, not new chassis. The only new chassis that we have as far as this is concerned is the Hatchman. That means all the other lines will be getting additional mech variants with weapons, and we'll get into that specifically, which weapons, in just a moment. Featuring 23 new melee weapon focused mech variants plus 5 melee weapon focused hero mech variants. You can all access them right away in instant action, which means basically if you have a campaign or a career mode, you're going to have to go find those to be able to access them, whereas you can just use them in instant action. 9 new melee weapons are available to equip on the new mech variants: Battle Axe, Claymore Sword, Katana Sword, Axe, Trench Blade, Longsword, Hatchet, Claw, and Mace. Find them across the Inner Sphere in campaign and career mode, or equip them right away in instant action. I love how they've said that twice now. 3 new biomes, including Scrapyard, Rubelite, and Hoodoo Desert, are available throughout the campaign and career mode and instant action. And then we have a new animated Storm Surge skin is available on all of your favorite mechs. Now, let's look at these new melee weapons, and, well, you'll see a few things here. Obviously, you've got the fact of, well, they're a heavy, assault, heavy, and medium. Now, what this doesn't clarify is whether or not you have to have an assault mech, a heavy mech, and a medium to be able to utilize them. But you can see we've got some different styles here. In the background here, you have the Hatamoto Chi with a katana sword, of course, for all of your, cosplaying and Draconis combined love out there. Now, what we don't know is we don't know details as far as damage, weight. Are they going to be following the tabletop rules? How does this work? Is it going to be like an equipment slot that only select mechs can use, and can you use these on any mechs, or is it only required on some? I would go ahead and go on a limb and say you have to have a slot for this just because of animations and 3D geometry. But as you can see there, you get 9 of them. Again, using melee weapons, close range. We'll get into a little bit more details down the road of my thoughts on that. But let's go look at the biomes here next. And the biomes are actually really cool here. Scrapyard, the one thing I will say is if you've been utilizing mods, quick shout out to Von Biomes. Some of these aren't really new. They're going to be new as far as the aesthetics, but a lot of reused assets here. Actually, most of this that I see here, this is from MWO. Termline, which we have Termline as well. is in MWO as well. And this, if anything, the Hoodoo is the newest biome that we don't have in MWO either. So even though this is new to Mechwarrior 5, it's not necessarily new asset-wise. We see some new assets, but I will quickly shout out that, again, Von Biomes has had pretty much all of these in their own right. And of course, I'm sure the modders will be able to utilize this and then incorporate it into their own mods. But just, I like the aesthetics. Again, Hoodoo is different. It's got that almost like Nevada, landscape. Very unique as far as the look, but we already have a lot of desert themes already out there. Obviously, Tourmaline Rubellite looks pretty cool. You can see different colors here. You see a lot of reds. Again, just sort of the aesthetic here. I like that, so that's really cool. 29 melee variants and new skin. The first thing I'm going to point out is skins are now in Mech 5. I have never heard of this active camouflage, maybe in Battletech. This is definitely just a, ooh, ah, this looks cool. But as far as me as a lore nerd, cool, I guess. We have a list here as the variants that you can see. You can list these up. You've got the Hero, Black Knight, Centurion, Yenlo Wang, 2, Hatamoto, and of course we have the Highlander and Quick Draw as well, and then all the standard variants throughout. So if you'd like to, you can go look those up on Sarna. At the end of the day, again, you'll be able to find those out on the career and campaigns. So free game update. This is what you'll get regardless. Flexible mission tonnage. Deploy lances that exceed the tonnage limit at the cost of sea bills. Deploy the Steiner Scout Lance. I think this is fantastic. Me personally, I always used a mod to get rid of tonnage drop weight. It never made sense from a gameplay standpoint and or game design standpoint. A Leopard did not have a limit. And so I like that fact. Now at least there's a mechanic of if you take heavier on a mission, you have to pay more. But again, I don't really think a contractee would require. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Switch mechs upon death. The players will no longer experience a mission failure when the mech they are piloting is destroyed. Upon death, a player is then able to switch to another mech in the lance. This is a good thing in some ways. It can be really punishing, especially as the difficulty ramp in MWO where it just throws more at you and you don't have the ability to repair. This allows you to then quickly switch over, which, to be fair, you should probably do on your own because you can mech switch already. As far as it also makes Mason, and a little bit less of a point. Again, you being the player. But it is what it is. It takes away from the sim feel. So if you're a sim sort of realistic, this probably isn't for you. I wonder if you can turn that off. Instant action variant control. Customize the experience to suit your preferences and challenge level. What I don't know here is, I thought we already had that slider and stuff, so we don't have any examples of what that means here. So obviously this is other stuff with the DLC. Again, we're not really shown here. Upgraded star map and overhaul the star map to better represent all the intel a mercenary needs. No examples given. I have no idea what this means, but there have been mods that have improved this, and it tells you information about the planet, the missions there, so forth and so on, difficulty rating. We're at a glimpse. So they may be taking a lesson from the mods and bringing it to the main game, which again, I'm fine with. Upgraded contract screen. An overhaul of contract screen is making negotiation more prominent. Again, no example of that, but you can see that there are some changes coming. Now, as far as call to arms, being your own weapon of war, coming soon, price point. All the other price points for the DLC are around $20. Now, that being said, right now, I just looked up prior to this, the last DLC is on sale right now for $13.99 over on the Microsoft page. So I suspect that this is going to come in at $20. I am not one to tell you the value of it. I will play this and showcase it. But that's where you have to answer yourself. Is that worth the money? And do you see enough being done here to justify spending that? Now, as far as my personal thoughts on a few things, I will go ahead and say, I don't think this is going to be groundbreaking. If you're wondering, again, it says 5 mission quests. Keep in mind that's probably going to be a lot like the Kestrel Lancers and the other just quick brief. They will be scripted as well. It doesn't say if it'll be new maps or anything like that, handcrafted maps. A lot of the time it's the same gameplay loop, same type of missions, and the end result is you get the you can imagine going up against the Lyran Commonwealth as the independent people of Sky, and you get a new toy. As far as the aesthetic of the Hatchman, I actually really dig it. I like the design. So there is that. As far as the no new chassis being added, I was sort of disappointed with that, considering MW is also bringing in the Crusader. I was hoping to see the Crusader brought into this, so it's a little bit of a bummer. And considering it's been so long since the last DLC, this coming out, sort of leaves it open. As far as the melee weapons, which is the prime focus of this DLC, the only drawback I have to seeing this is that it requires you getting in close, and in getting close, you're going to take a lot of damage. And unless I see fundamentally changes to the gameplay loop, allowing you to repair and rearm, this may actually, again, just sort of placate towards nostalgia of reading about it in the novels and playing it within the tabletop. But it's nice to have something when you're close range to be able to do damage, whereas before maybe you weren't allowed to. And now we've got punching and melee. Now you've got maybe a few options here. So there is that. That being said, let me know what you guys think about the melee and options. The new biomes, I'm always welcoming new biomes. The one thing I will say is I'm surprised there's not more. The modders have added a metric ton of them. And again, 2 out of the 3 of here are very similar to what we've seen already in mods. Again, quick shout out to Von Biomes, who's been doing fantastic work. And as far as the Storm Surge skin, I again, as a lore nerd and a Battletech fan, it does bug me. This is something that I would expect to see in MWO, not in a simulation for the Battletech universe. So let me know what you guys think. It does look cool. But again, I don't know of any tech in the lore that has anything like this. And it's just, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. I'm just being honest. And it's, again, the whole like, oh, cool, made giant robots with, axes and swords, and we got this cool thing. So anyways, that's my take on the DLC. I will again showcase this when it comes out. And, you guys can then decide whether or not it's for you. But with only 5 quest missions, it doesn't seem like there's any other gameplay loops. We don't have any examples as of right now as far as the free stuff. There are some changes that are coming in instant action, which again doesn't really get used that much. Nothing with co-op on here. I really feel that's a very underused thing. I think there could be some really cool like survival and co-op type scenarios they could have set up. Similar to like the zombie modes in the Call of Duty. You could do that with mechs and repair bays, and how many waves can you sustain, and all this other stuff. But upgrade star map, again, I'm assuming this is based off of a mod because a lot of people have been using it. And the contract screen, making negotiation more prominent. But anyways, that's your news for the 3rd DLC. Again, I had speculated that they had been working on one with reports from EG7 saying development on Mech 5 was being cut back. But then obviously recent news from Russ saying MWO and Mech 5, there's more stuff to come. So this is the first. And again, I don't know if there will be any more DLCs. I guess we will see about the developments as they proceed further. But I will report on that once we actually get a price. Again, that was speculation about $20 because based on the other ones, I'll let you guys know. Let me know what you guys think about this DLC. Is this gonna satiate your appetite? Is this something that you're interested in getting? Do you think $20 is justified? Let me know down in the description. And again, if you found this informative, click that like button. And again, let me know if you'll be getting this, if you're going to be holding off. And if you are going to be getting this or holding off, let me know why you chose to do either or. It's always interesting seeing different people's perspectives, whether it's, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope to see you on the next video. Until next time.